Welcome back to another episode of the Bellied Up Podcast. I am Miles, you betcha guy, here with Charlie Berens, the Wisconsin guy. Charlie, I really like your hat.
Thank you, Miles. You know what?
I'm like really have hat envy right now.
You got a little envy. I get it. A fella came to one of my shows, and he gave it to me. He gave me this hat, and this is one of the coolest hats I've ever seen in my years of existence.
Very upset I don't have that.
And it
hat.
just says walleye.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, it's awesome. I really enjoy this hat. So thank you, drunk fella. Who I
was it game worn? Did he wear it to the show? And then just gave it off the top of his head.
I mean, it was.
I like that. You guys
really
do a jersey swap? Did you give him one of your hats?
There was something going on where we didn't get to connect for a long time, and but whoever the fella is who gave me this hat, I do appreciate you. I think you might have had a few too many, and there was some reason like that we didn't, spend more time together. But
did security kick him out?
No, I don't think so. There was something, and to be honest with you, I had one after the show, so I forget the exact story on it. I don't know if.
Anyway,
memories, Miles. I'm getting old.
You're getting old, Charlie.
I'm getting old.
So
I just had a birthday. You just had a birthday. You're getting older.
Yeah. I'm now 31 years old, Charlie.
I remember those days, Miles. Shoot, I think I met you when I was 31 years old.
Time flies.
Time flies when you're getting old, guys.
So, Charlie, tell me, since you are my senior by quite a few years.
6 years. I'm 37, Miles.
What's the best part about getting old?
Best part about getting old, honestly, is... I'm going to figure that out and report back next year. I don't know. I mean, you kind of you understand that you need to give less, something that rhymes with ducks. And aside for that, here are the issues. Here are the issues. I tell you this.
I asked you what the best part was.
Well, I'm going to start by getting the plaque off the brain. These are the difficult things.
Very, very Midwest of you. Hey, I like that hat. Wow, it doesn't fit quite right.
I got it with a coupon. No, I'll tell you.
Okay, well, what's the worst part about getting old then?
No,
Charlie?
I'll tell you the best part. The best part is you realize the importance.
The worst part for me is that he's going senile on me. He's losing his mind.
You can, though. When you get older, you can whatever, and people deal with it. I learned that from my grandma, too. She is aged very gracefully, and what I realize is the older you get, the less you need to care. That is a benefit. Now, what you should care about a little bit, I'm finding, is stretching, because I am stretching every day. It is a daily thing for me, is to just get it out, because I was not a stretcher growing up, and that starts to take its toll on you.
Well, that's smart. Be a stretcher today so you don't end up on a stretcher later in life.
Wow. Put that on a t-shirt. My gosh. Yeah, no, that's a big thing. And then, I will say getting older, you start to appreciate things more. Little things, sometimes big things. Really, the thing I'm talking about is birds. And they are a beautiful. How many episodes? You can restart the counter. Episodes since Charlie's talked about. I feel like I haven't talked about birds in a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm letting you talk.
You really understand the beauty of the bird, and the bird lives in the moment. The bird doesn't, worry about the future. The future takes care of itself, and I think the bird understands that worrying is futile, and I think that's what we need to learn.
We all can learn something from the birds.
Yeah, and also I've been working more. I've been trying to take some more time to relax and enjoy the finer things in life, like working on my recurve bow shot.
Nice,
which has improved marginally. I need more.
Would your neighbor's siding say the same?
How would you know I was shooting in the backyard?
Because you told me that. I think you talked about it on the podcast. Before.
Here's what I do. I put a target in the garage, and I'm self-conscious because I want the neighbors. I don't know how they feel about it, and I don't want them thinking that I'm being not safe about it. The gas tank is far enough away from the arrows, so I just put the target in the corner of the garage, mark out just 10 paces. I'm just trying to fill a paper plate at 10 paces. That's it. So I am a scotch out of the garage at this point on the diagonal shot.
Also smart to do it in the garage so your neighbors can't see your spray pattern.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah.
They're like, how good is this guy really? Bad news is, downside, I do have a few holes in the garage.
Yeah.
But you know what? What happens is you get a couple holes in there and then you realize plywood, just put that over, drill it to the wall, reinforce sister the wall.
I knew there was a reason you kept that piece of wood in your garage.
Hey, there's never a good reason to throw away a piece of wood.
I would
Folks
agree.
always remember that.
That's also what you've learned in your old age. Now, something that I like about getting older, Charlie, is that you kind of just being older just gives you a built-in excuse for lots of things.
Yeah, like what?
And then you pile on a pregnant wife, and then you pile on later that you got a kid.
Yeah.
I go over to my parents' house. I'd be like, Ann's tired. We're getting old. She's pregnant. We got to get home to bed.
That's true. There's no more time for the long Midwest goodbye.
Yeah.
If you want to get out of it, you got an excuse. I feel like you got a window in that, but then people start comparing. They start comparing themselves. Oh, well, yeah, well, I got 2 kids. How do you think I'm feeling?
That's true.
And that's how you think that's going to work, Miles. I have another story for you.
Okay. Well, I got to find another approach then.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll find it in this podcast.
Maybe
Charlie.
we will, Miles. Let's give it a go.
Should we take some callers?
Let's do it. Hey, welcome to the Bellied Up Podcast. Who are we chit and chat with today? Chit and chatting.
My name's Joe.
What? Oh, sorry, Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
Hey, Joe. How
Joe,
you doing?
Yeah, what's going on?
The easiest name in the language.
Well, I'm going to tell
Nothing
Tom
much.
you said that.
I don't know. I think that I knew a guy named H growing up, and I asked him how he spelt his name. He said 2 down and 1 across. So I don't know, Joe. That might be a little easier than Joe, but
Is that guy a drug dealer?
probably.
At least you're not the customers that talk to that call me Job or Jolene or Josephine or Job. I'm like,
Okay.
how do you get these names?
Okay.
You're running
Joe.
a call center, Joe?
Joe, what's going on?
All right. So I gotta ask, how is it that everybody from Wisconsin that any of us ever talk to is always the nicest person, no matter how bad they get treated? Because I had a person from Wisconsin, I think we had to reschedule their delivery like 9 or 10 times. It took like 6 to 8 months. And every time I called them, it was all, don't you know, it's whatever. I'll go to the Culvers.
So you work at a company and you're in charge of calling customers that are probably unhappy because a shipment didn't come on time.
Yeah, give us a few specifics.
That and some other stuff.
What's the company and how long you've been working there? Give us the specifics. Let's hear a few things.
Oh God, I've been there 8 years, roughly.
8 years. And what do you guys ship? What do you what are you doing? Sending out?
It's basically everything. I mainly do like, business to business stuff. So we'll sell like stuff. Like a big example is that we work with this nonprofit for like kids that have like disabilities, mental disabilities. They're homeless, things like that. They're given like a stipend, or their state government will give them a certain amount of money each year, and they can spend that money for their schooling. So they can buy laptops, they could buy earbuds, they could buy stuff that works with their disability. Like we have like specialized desks for like certain disabilities, things like that. I mainly do that now.
Okay.
Well, we're going to ask you if this is how it goes. Charlie and I are going to role play it here. Charlie's going to be the.
Oh, no, not that word.
What? You don't like role playing? Yeah, tough relationship? What's going on, Joe?
In a lot of the call centers, we roll our eyes when we hear that word.
Why do you roll your eyes at role playing? There's nothing more fun than role play. Did you not play house as a kid, Joe?
Because we always have like a 7 a.m. meeting.
Yeah.
And and all the managers are always like, oh, let's role play. And they want to do it till like 8 9 o'clock in the morning.
They want to role play for 2 hours.
Well, we're not going to role play for 2 hours. We're going to role play for 2 minutes, Charlie.
Yeah, just 2 minutes.
Okay.
And Joe, you don't have to role play. You get to
listen. You tell us this is how it goes.
You critique us, Joe. So
ring ring.
All right.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, sir. I am Joe from the call center from the government program.
Yeah, Joe. Hey, how are you?
Sir.
Where are you located now?
Oh, I'm over here in Del Rapids, South Dakota.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
What's the weather like in Del Rapids?
You know, I'd like it to be a little warmer out. But
me too. You know, I tell you what, we've been waiting for summer to come for a while. I got perch to catch out there.
Why do we live here?
I know, right?
Why do I live where the air hurts my face?
I tell you what, yeah.
Well, anyways, your shipment's not coming, man.
Oh, that's okay. Hey, listen, if you ever find yourself over in Fond du Lac, I tell you what, I got a boat sitting on the lake there right now. Now I'm waiting for the weather to get better, but as soon as it do, I'm hitting the third reef. We're going for perch, all right? So if you want,
so good.
If you, who the hell was that? Oh, is there another fellow on this line?
We're in a cube farm right now. We all got headsets on.
He's talking to another guy.
Yeah.
All right, tell him I says hi.
H is the guy across the way here.
Oh, H. Okay.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So would you like me to reorder it for you? Or?
What's that, H? Anyways, yeah, reorder that sucker. That would be good. Yeah.
Now, would you like me to send it to the same address or a different address?
Yeah, no, same one on the deal should be fine. It should be. Well, no, whatever's easiest for you would be fine.
Okay.
I don't want to inconvenience you.
How does that, Joe? Is that usually how it goes?
You were kind of close. You forget the part where they demand the manager and they don't want to speak to you. And then the fact that you got to tell them, there's it's just me. There's nobody else.
No,
sorry about that.
Okay, Joe, got a question for you, dude. When you say there's no manager, is that bullshit?
No.
So
specifically for us, there's some companies that you can and you really should have to. But for our company, you can. What we would do is we would have someone pretend to be the manager, call you back.
You do that?
I love that.
I knew that happened. I knew that you guys are like pitchers in a baseball game. Like it. You're out there you're doing inning after inning after inning. At some point, the manager literally comes up to you and says, "All right, we got to call someone else in." And then you get like Dan over there in the bullpen. He's got the smelling salts on. He's about to talk to Denise,
and he comes out of the bullpen like eastbound and down. Right? Where they open up the gate and he's standing there.
Yeah, just ready to roll. Like, hey, Denise, how are you? Now, that's a real trick right there. How do you get the most... Joe, I know you hate role-playing. Let's role-play real quick. The most pissed-off customer you can have and how you deal with the manager situation. Can we try that?
Sure. I'm just trying to think what was the most angry one for the funniest reason for this call.
Oh, yeah. Good call. Yeah, if you have a prompt, I'm all about it.
All right. Do you want me to play the manager, or do you want me to play the person?
I want you to do your job. I'm playing the customer. I will do you. You just tell me why I'm calling, Joe, and we'll go from there.
All righty. Ring, ring. Thank you for calling Company X. My name is Joe.
Miles.
How can I help today?
Hold on. Maybe it's a little condescending of a voice, Joe.
Oh,
Maybe.
Miles is giving you stuff off the top. Miles, we're role-playing right now. Can you save your notes to the end?
Okay, sorry.
Mr.
Go ahead.
Lifeguard?
Sorry, Joe.
Start from the top, Joe. Start from the top. Bring, bring.
My name is Joe. Hello. Thank you for calling Company X. My name is Joe. How can I help today?
Hey, how are you, Joe? We got a deal going, my guy. First of all, you having a good day? I'm sorry.
I'm doing pretty good.
You're doing pretty good. All right. I'm not, Joe. I got to tell you, I got a deal sent to my place, or I was supposed to have a deal sent to my place today. It did not come. This is like the 4th week in a row, Joe. I mean,
right,
I'm usually a pretty understanding guy, but I'm at my wit's titty right now. And
Oh, no. Yeah, definitely, sir. I understand. If it makes you feel any better, this is nowhere near as bad as other callers. So
yeah,
you're doing
it
very
doesn't,
good.
Joe. I hate to break it to you. I am getting my ass chewed on the other end of this. So I am not just calling you because it's an inconvenience to me. This is an inconvenience to my whole company. They are chewing my ass like a drug dog, and I got a bag of the snowy blowy on me, all right? So I'm trying to figure out a way that you can help me like today. So how the hell can I get the package to me today?
All right, let me go ahead and take a look in my system. I'm going to put you on a brief.
Joe,
2
don't
to
you
20
fuck me
minutes,
like this.
and I'll be
You
right
put
back.
me on a hold. Joe, do not put me on hold. Oh, at least there's not hold music. God damn. Son of a...
Goes use the restroom. Looks up some news. Goes on my phone. Looks at Discord. All right, sir, I'm back. Looks like it was actually delivered today. And there's a picture. Let me bring up this picture
Chuck!
for you real quick.
Chuck,
What?
the package just showed up.
Oh, thank God. All right.
Wait a sec.
What?
Not the right package. They sent us the wrong package.
You got to be shooting me. Joe, we just got the package, my guy. It's the wrong What? Can I please talk
All
to
right.
Joe? I understand this has nothing to do with you. You just work at this call center. You know, I know this isn't about you personally. Let me just talk to the guy in charge. I got to choose someone out because, again, I'm getting chewed on my end here, okay? I know this has nothing to do with you, all right? Can I please talk to your manager?
All right. Do you happen to know that SpongeBob meme where he's yawning and goes, "Nah, I don't really feel like it"?
No, Joe, are you kidding? I have not watched SpongeBob in years. Are you joking my ass right now?
It's a very good show, and I highly recommend
Joe,
it. for someone your age group.
Joe, I don't know how you still have a job at this call center.
Yeah, Joe,
With
you start
attitude.
I don't
throwing, you
either.
start throwing out SpongeBob. So, Joe, you're just at a place in this call center where you give 0 something that rhymes with ducks.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I can transfer you over to a coworker where they're going to role play as a manager and tell you the same exact thing.
Okay.
Now, if you want, I can go ahead and start the return now. Since you got it through a nonprofit, what's going to happen is it's
Joe.
going to take about 20 days to arrive back to the warehouse.
Joe, you would
Then
get
another
me
20
so
days for
heated,
you,
my
then
guy.
You refund back to your account.
You are
and then
so
another 5 days.
freaking condescending. I just want to.
Charlie, I think I know what's going on.
What's that?
We're talking to a man who's been beaten down by his job.
Joe's been. That's right, Joe. Hurt people hurt people. Who hurt you, Joe? Let's talk about that.
The whole U.S. population over the past couple of years.
That's brutal. Now,
Okay,
Joe,
sounds
hang on.
sounds a little political.
Yeah.
Sounds a little bit.
The whole. Well,
no.
it's actually pretty bipartisan.
To be fair,
Whole population. Yes.
to be fair, it's liberals, conservatives, and people in the middle that always yell and scream.
You know what?
It's the one thing everyone has in common.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got a confession to make to you, Joe. I got a confession to make. I'm not proud of
I'm
this.
not a priest, but okay.
That's all right. We're at a bar. It works. I have lost my shit at a couple people on this, and I always feel bad about it. There's just something about a voice on the other end of the phone. When the voice says, I don't really give a shit about you, you just feel like, all right, it's time to buckle up and take out all my other problems in life. This is my opportunity. You know, I just get to use this as the audio punching bag.
Well,
and
and
it's not right.
And
I'll
I think
say
that's a
it's
good
not
point,
right.
Charlie. I think that call centers need to start taking the approach that because what he's saying is the right stuff to say, but his tone is wrong. So just scrap all of that mentality, and you also bitch about your own life to the callers. They will then identify with how he's talking and feel better about their stuff not getting done, right?
I think it's true.
Hey, your package didn't show up. Well, my girlfriend didn't show up last night either, so I guess we're in the same boat.
We can relate.
Yeah.
And I think it is important that as people, we start relating with people, because soon enough, these robots are taking over.
Oh, God.
No, I mean,
I was wondering how
that's
long
actually
it would
a
take
big
for
thing
that.
yeah, the robots are
That's actually starting to happen now.
Yeah, it's happening now. I mean, what people got to realize is the exponential rise in technology. Like, we're going to have flying people in like 5 years. I'm not even kidding about that. You know, so people got to, keep that on the dome. These jobs that we're all complaining about won't exist.
Now, Charlie, I got one last thought to maybe end this call with our boy Joe here.
Yeah. This is a change of subject from the end of the world line. Yes.
This has been a little bit like we have our own call center, Charlie.
We do have our own call center
Because-
right here at the Bellied Up. I'd like
What
to
did
see
we
a robot drink
what did we
this
s-
much booze.
What did we say when we called? Hi, my name is Miles. Welcome to the Bellied Up Company. How may I assist you? Is basically what we said to him. Then he spent the whole call complaining about something to us, and we had to navigate that. How the turntables.
I know how the tables have turned tabled. And the nice thing
Now,
is,
before it goes,
who's the manager between the
There's one thing I
two?
wanna ask.
Oh, yes.
can I speak to your manager?
Yeah. One sec. Jared, he wants to talk to you.
Jared.
This is our manager, Jared.
Yeah, jump on here, Jared.
How we doing?
Good. I just want to know how do you feel about having these two individuals working for you, sir? I have never felt so disrespected in my life. I am going to complain to corporate so I can get a $50 gift card, okay?
Jared, tell him to get in line.
Get in line.
Sir,
We're looking into it.
Disneyland, that's good enough.
Tell him we'll send him 2 tickets
We'll send you 2 tickets.
to hell.
To heck.
Sir, I'm Jewish. I'm very offended by that. Who is your manager?
Well, Joe, I think we are going to send you. We're going to get that package rerouted to your address. And thanks for calling in today, man. I hope that got a little off your chest. A little nice to complain about the people that call in by calling into our show.
Joe, here's the real ticket at the end of the deal. Enjoy the call center now, okay? Because it's going robotic, my guy. And one day you're going to look back and you're going to be very thankful those robots took over, all right? So we'll talk to you soon. And do watch out for deer out there.
All right. Have a good day.
See ya.
All right.
He didn't want advice, Charlie. He came to us because he did what only he knows. It's call.
That is
Pick
true.
up the phone and start dialing is what
on
he
his
said.
day off.
Yeah.
He's on the phone.
And it's the only way he knows how to get therapy is pick up the phone and start dialing. And I can respect that out of him.
I can respect that too.
Now, I don't feel like he likes us at all.
Do you think he was mad at us?
I don't know. I don't yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
We might have been projecting all of the mad callers.
I mean,
that
he's
also, he
pissed.
called in and asked why Midwest people are so nice, and then he proceeded to talk about how mean everyone is. So,
Yeah. I mean,
whatever.
maybe that was a red herring. Do you think it went overboard on the robot thing in there?
No, I've honestly thought that was pretty tame for you.
Yeah. I mean, guys, look into it. All right. I feel like none of us are really taking it seriously. They're coming for us.
To
Anyway.
a theater near you.
Not a theater. I mean, they might be like.
We're going to take another call. Welcome to the Bellied Up Podcast. Who we talking to?
Miles, how we doing? This is Mitch from Nebraska. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great. I got Charlie here with me, Mitch. Why don't you belly up to the bar with us? Tell us what's on your mind.
Great. Thanks for taking the call. Got to go back to work, so ice cream is going to have to do for now. Don't have a hangover, Miles, but just kind of a little lunch treat. But yeah, thanks, fellas. So kind of in a predicament here, and I guess I need your advice on one thing, and then maybe your opinion on one thing, and they kind of go hand in hand. So
All right, Mitch. Let's hear it, my guy. Without further ado, without further preamble, without further introduction.
Yep. Let's get into it, Charlie.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, my guy.
Yep, that's the old Midwest nice there in me. Anyways, so question for you fellas. I am a teacher, professor, college, exercise science, Miles.
Let's go. A fellow exercise scientist on the line.
I knew he sounded like he had great quads.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my question for you guys
he's got to be the quad father.
The quad father.
Anyway, sorry. Continue.
Oh, yeah. Got to elevate the heels, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I talk with my students and I try to be very understanding, and I use phrases like, I know you're busy with sports, you know, is that okay, like in class, or does that work for you? And I kind of find myself in this situation where, am I being too easygoing, or am I just being Midwest nice in class? Because you don't want to be the pushover, but you also want to work with students because you've been there. So I answer emails in those situations like, hey, is that okay? You know, I don't want to inconvenience you, but also I need some advice on how to maybe not be so Midwest nice with my students so they get their stuff done, especially towards the end of the year. Can you guys help me out?
Would you like me to go, Charlie?
You go first, Miles.
Well, I think this is maybe going to trigger Charlie quite a bit.
Okay.
So I want to preface that, Charlie. I want you to
grab my old fashioned here, Miles.
put your seatbelt on. I think that professors in all facets of education need to just get to the acceptance stage that Charlie's trying to get to with artificial intelligence, and just tell them, hey, I know you're busy. Just have ChatGPT write your paper. And honestly, if you know how to ChatGPT things, you're going to do fine further in life. So that's good enough for me. Submit that artificially intelligent paper, and you guys have a good weekend. I think what people need to start doing.
I'm going to just jump in here real quick. And I'm going to say that's the stupidest freaking thing you could suggest, Miles. Because look at the trajectory. People getting dumber. Robots getting smarter. What are the robots going to do when they figure out they don't need us, Miles? Do you think they're going to maybe invent? They're just using our knowledge to invent something that, you know, could. I think, here's what I think. I think the robots are going to be a reflection of us. So what we think about all the things you type into a computer, whoever you are those the best things, you know, about humanity, or are they the worst things? Because whatever you type into a computer, that's what these robots are going to take.
Is it the worst things, or is it the truth, Charlie? That's
that is a good question, and it dials down to what is humanity, you know, because if we are the worst things that we type into a computer, well, my gosh, these robots are gonna, and then we're gonna be like, yeah. So I don't think.
Anyways, guys, I'm sorry.
I think we got to keep working the brain to get. Because here's the other thing I can say right now. The crap on ChatGPT is not. I can tell immediately when it's ChatGPT.
And that's a question for you, Mitch. Is can you tell when a student has done it on ChatGPT?
I don't do a lot of papers.
Oh, we're not even on the. We're in the wrong pew.
Yeah. All right.
Wrong church.
Anyways,
you had to take me down that tangent.
I know. I'm sorry.
You know, I just
wanted the audience to share the pain I've had behind the scenes with Charlie for the last 3 months and how worked up he gets. Anyways, Charlie, what he's really asking is, how does a Midwesterner be a little less Midwest nice?
Here's the thing. It is difficult, but when it comes to, less words, disappointment. You got to remember your dad. Okay. Now, when your dad was pissed, what did he do? He's like, you son of a bitch. What in the hell is the matter with you? But when he was really pissed, to the point you felt like that anger offset what you did. So you thought you were, you know, fair and square. But when your dad was really pissed, it was, get in the house.
Yeah.
Fewer words, they'll know they're in trouble. You got to go for those in. You got to take them. You got to take your students back to childhood.
Yes. Hey, teach.
Yeah.
Are you sure that you want our paper due? I got a lot of stuff going on. And you just look them square in the eye and you go, paper's due on Thursday. And don't say anything else. They're going to get that paper done on Thursday. I can guarantee that. That's more than once made me shovel a few more rocks.
So maybe the old silent treatment with a little smoldering look is going to be the way to go.
Less words. Yeah, or you know what you can say? You know what you can say if they say they want an extension on their homework or whatever the hell, you just say, that could be fine.
Give them a little ...
Yeah. And they say
strategic silence.
Yeah. And then let them talk. The more you let them talk, the more, I mean, I've learned in this podcast, the more I've let myself talk, the more I reveal my ignorance, you know? So the more you let them explain why they need an extension, just don't be so quick with a yes. Let them talk. The more they talk, they are going to say, well, their Midwest nice is going to take over yours.
That is a very good point. Just don't, I know you're a professor, but don't say anything. Just stand up there and just do less. Because they're going to panic.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, they're going to panic. They're going to be like, why isn't he teaching us a lesson?
Yeah.
Well, shit, what does that mean? Does that mean that we have a test coming? I don't know. I should probably study this book because I'm scared of the unknown.
And then before you know it, you got some students that are
self-sufficient.
Yeah.
They're independent.
Yeah.
They're self-starters.
They're not relying on the robot.
So in reality, I think that probably teachers are doing a disservice by teaching anything. They need to teach nothing, and therefore they will teach more than they ever have in their life.
In teaching nothing, you are teaching the art of guilt.
And learning. The art of learning.
And learning, because guilt pursues knowledge. I can't tell you all the things I've learned because I felt guilty.
Another good approach would be you're an exercise scientist, so therefore it deals a lot with the body. Just start breaking some legs in that classroom. And then what's a better way to learn than by being thrown into the fire? Everyone's going to have to band together to mend this broken leg.
Miles, they're not surgeons. They're not orthopedic surgeons, dude. They're exercise scientists.
Dislocate their shoulder. Exercise scientist puts dislocated shoulders back into place.
Do they really?
Yeah. Athletic trainers are exercise scientists. They put those suckers right back in.
All right, dislocate this shoulder.
Well, I need a couple more guys if anyone wants to help. Oh,
no, don't volunteer for that.
That was way too many. He volunteered way too fast.
I got you an old fashioned.
I did think he was eyeing you down weirdly earlier. I don't know if you guys met in a past life that he's got something against you, Charlie, but he seemed pretty eager to dislocate your shoulder.
I don't think an exercise scientist should be the primary shoulder dislocator.
Well, I'm just saying that they aren't. He is. The professor is. So then they have to figure out what to do after that. They have to rehab them and all that. It's trial by fire.
Real quick before we let you go, A, was any of this helpful? And B, what is the homework that they are not doing the most of? Or what is the thing they're not doing the most of?
Yeah, no. I tend to talk a little bit more than I probably should. And I say that in class, but I think the less talk is actual good advice that I probably could utilize. And even just coming to class and not talking, maybe even taking it a step further and just not even coming to class.
There we go. Now, see, look, they all talk about the robots learning from the robots. This is humans learning from humans. We are going to be unstoppable if we just keep doing this.
If we just don't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, just send out an email saying that there's a test on Friday and all the classes are canceled. They're going to learn pretty quick. They're probably going to retain it better than if you sat up there and flapped your gums.
Figure it out. Yeah. So,
it's kind of like when Midwest dads just take a 3-year-old, throw him in the lake, and tell him to learn how to swim.
And then what happens? I mean, first it's, but then after that, it's. You got to go through the before you get to the.
Yeah.
And
First test of the year
Yeah.
is going to be low scores, but everything after that is on the way up.
yeah. Now,
More
if you
dislocated
are,
shoulders in the class and more babies in the water.
yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, this is another bellied up disclaimer. Do not throw your kids in the water and say you learned it here on the bellied up. Blame it on that YouTube video you saw once. Goodbye. So, anyways, yeah. Hey, I think this was a great conversation. Appreciate you calling in. Glad we could help.
Yeah. Yeah, I love your guys' content. Keep doing what you guys are doing and keep her moving. Thanks for taking the call.
You keep her moving too. Keep doing you. All right. It's a fun way to finish a day. Well, we'll talk to you soon now.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Watch for deer.
Well, Charlie, isn't that poetic?
Artistic.
Look at us, the students teaching the teacher.
The students have become the masters.
Yeah. What is above a professor? Middle management
Middle management.
at a college? I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
A dean.
A
We've
dean.
become the dean of the professors here by giving that sage advice.
dean. Two deans. Just a couple of deans up here on the old microphone.
Now, after this statement, Charlie, we're not going to
Bird.
talk about AI and robots again, all right?
Oh, can we talk
But
about birds? Ellie?
As you were ranting about AI, I
Yeah.
literally saw a guy on a hoverboard on the walking path, just standing there. You know, the ones you just stand on and
Yeah.
lean forwards, kind of
Yeah.
like a Segway.
Yeah.
Just go right by. That's our future. We're not even going to walk or bike anymore.
I don't like that, dude. I don't like that. As a former bike mechanic, I hate that. And by the way, the new bikes they make these days with the freaking batteries, I'm like, I mean, they're cool. They are. But I will say this, the battery powered shifting, get off move your fingers on that. If you're going to have an electric bike, have an electric bike. I don't want to plug my bike into a USB port. And now, smoke an acoustic cigarette, for God's sakes, all right? Anyways,
Should we take another call?
let's do that. Let's do it. Folks, hey, you know what's happening now? The world is getting a little warmer
Lake
in the
season.
northern hemisphere. Yeah, it's lake season. The sun is getting closer to the earth, right? So it's summer here. Which means you're going to the
We're
lake.
tilted towards the sun now.
Tilted toward the sun. Thank you for the scientific explanation. What better thing to bring on the lake when it's warm and that sun is closer than a little bit of Tippy Cow? Nice cold bottle of Tippy Cow sitting in the cooler. You just tip that sucker on back, tip it on back to a Tippy Cow. Cheers to you. Keep her moving and watch for swimming deer.
Folks, it is May 16th, and Nicolay Law is not like other personal injury firms. You found that out when you bumped your head, Charlie.
Yeah, they give you the full scope of what you can sue for.
Yeah. They have local offices with people who know the local court system inside and out.
They know the guy who knows the guy who knows the guy.
They're not some big national firm that doesn't understand your community, Charlie. They're here. They got boots on the ground, as I like to say.
BOTG.
B-O.
Boots on the ground.
Okay, yeah. Boots on the ground. They care about helping you get your life back on track, and that's what life's really about.
Just getting back on
We're
track.
going to go off the rails. Things aren't going to go as planned, but if you have people like Nicolay Law that helps you get back on track, those are the people you want in your corner, Charlie.
Yeah.
So give them a call over at Nicolay Law. They'll help you out.
They'll get you that bag.
Welcome to the Bellied Up Podcast. Who we talking to?
Hi, my name is Jacob.
Hey, Jacob, where the hell are you? Sounds louder than hell out there.
Yeah, sorry, I'm at work right now. I'm working down by Duluth, Minnesota.
Oh,
Okay, right by the North Shore there.
good for you. Are you
Yeah.
are you over in the docks area? It sounds like some heavy machinery.
Oh no, we're working on the by the power lines there north there, on kind of by Hermantown, a little bit north there at Twig there.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Real good. Know right where that is.
Oh yeah.
Well, belly on up to the bar. The hell's on your mind?
Well, I've been thinking a little while, and I was thinking about maybe starting my own firewood business, and thinking about seeing if you guys had any suggestions on how to get started.
Okay, so you're wondering, you want to start a firewood business and you want some advice from us.
Wow. Well,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
thanks for calling in with that, Jacob. I mean, we are the go-to fellas to talk to when it comes to the wood.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. We know our way around some wood.
Yeah.
Next question is why firewood? Why? How did that come to fruition? Why are you going to start a firewood business?
Well, I working with trees and stuff like that. I'm an arborist. I work that I do after I got out of the military, and I grew up, splitting firewood and stuff like that. And I heard it's a pretty good business and making quite a bit of money. So I said, well, why the hell not?
Well,
so where are you going to find the wood? You got some where? First question is where does someone who's going to start a firewood business get the wood?
Well, so right now we get my grandparents, only about like 10 minutes away from where I live right now. They got a whole bunch of trees that got blown down last summer from the storm and stuff. So my cousin and I have been kind of cutting it up and splitting it and stuff like that. So that's where we're going to start.
That's exactly what I was going to suggest.
Yeah, I was going to suggest starting with trees as well.
Yeah, you start with trees and more than that, Jacob, you want to do the secret to the success in the firewood business is the less work, the better. You know how intensive it is to knock down trees? I mean, geez Louise.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of thing, but God just does it for you. So I think before you get into the firewood business, what you need to get into is the tree removal business, because now you got not only free supply, you got people paying you to remove their supply. And now you're going to be cooking with gas. You got 2 businesses, 2 tax write-offs, 2 places you can hide, your meals and say, oh, it's for the tree removal business. No, that's for the firewood
business. We had a
business.
company culture lunch at the bar,
Yeah, exactly.
Write that sucker off.
Twice the write-off. So you're going to start 2 businesses to pursue this firewood passion. And that's just the tip of this advice iceberg, my guy. Miles, take it from there.
Yep.
So what are you going to do if so I imagine with firewood, it sounds like you're a guy of the environment. You're not wanting necessarily to become a lumberjack who's cutting down live trees. You're looking for dead stuff to be able to cut up and sell. Is that accurate?
Yep. I thought about kind of to add on what Charlie was saying there. I thought about doing the fire, like the whole tree service deal as well, but the wife, she was like, do you have, were you thinking about insurance and stuff like that? Do you have the money for that? I was like, that's a good question, but I don't want to deal with that. So.
Jacob, that's not a right away thing. Just if they have trees down, I'm not telling you to go cut the freaking trees down, Jacob. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if a tree is already fall down, you can go get in there, because then you got a chainsaw. You got a tree. It's hard to screw something up like that. I mean, you could cut your foot off. Just make sure you know how to use a chainsaw. I assume you know how to use a chainsaw, yeah? Yeah, no, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I got so.
Okay. And once and when the trees are on the ground, chainsaw becomes a lot easier to use. The tough ones are when you're climbing the tree, and got it dangling. But so don't start with we got to get a good slogan. Well,
that brings me to my next point, Charlie. Great segue.
Yeah.
We have the business model now. He now goes and removes trees that have fallen or are dead from people's properties.
Yeah.
He's now got the supply. He's got to sling those stumps.
Yeah.
He's got to start slinging stumps.
You got to be a stump slinger.
And so what he needs to do, he needs to market this business, Charlie. So what are some good viral ways for him to market his firewood business?
Hey, have you heard of Jacob's Ladder? How about Jacob's Wood? You got to try this wood. It's fire.
Okay.
And use the fire emoji right there. Jacob's Wood is
now
fire.
we're cooking with gas.
Now we're cooking with gas. There
Lots of puns are always good.
Yeah.
If you can't handle the heat,
Oh,
Wait, no.
get out of the tree. It could be, you could call it Jacob's Ladder. You could call your firewood business Jacob's Ladder, and it could be a ladder made out of firewood and it's burning and you're at the top, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that could be a fun visual.
Yeah.
What you want to get is a nice billboard campaign going and just get people at, oh, how about this? How about a billboard of just you on a ladder of firewood going up to a billboard, and it said, need wood? Call Jacob, and then it's just a little thing of you and then fire going up the deal, and you're painting the billboard, just a little figurine of you painting the billboard, and then the firewood ladder is on fire. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you also could be.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
You could be a. Just stick with me here, Charlie.
Yeah, I'm sticking with you, Miles.
You could be what I call in the biz a fire truck chaser.
Oh.
And you could get the yard signs they do during political season.
Yeah.
And when a house is burning down, you should just put a sign that they should have used Jacobs instead of their house.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So-
you know what, Miles? That can't backfire on you at all.
I see what you're doing. You're
Yeah.
right. It's not going to backfire. It's going to bonfire.
Oh, yeah. And then you could, you know what? Here's what you're going to have to do, Jacob, is you've got to decimate the supply of free firewood. Free firewood signs,
Well, how would he get rid of all that firewood that's not his supply, Charlie?
sell it.
Light it on fire.
Oh, yeah. Light the competition on fire. Anytime you see someone advertising free firewood on the side of the road, you just go over there. You start a bonfire with that firewood right there. You don't need that. Or you know what? I guess he could put it in his truck, but it'd be more fun to burn it.
Yeah.
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 Well, you know what? That's arson. We shouldn't advocate arson on this show.
Yeah, you're right.
So steal you don't have to steal it. It's free wood, dude. You get more supply. The world is just working in your favor right now, Jacob. So much is going good for you.
Now, I would also consider sponsoring some of the local high school bonfires during homecoming week.
That's true.
You know, I would. Jesus.
Jeez, Jacob, the hell is going on over there, huh?
Boss, he's cutting some limbs off the tree right now. I apologize. It's getting too dang hectic out here.
Well, hey, Hey, I don't have time to do marketing. I'm too busy doing the work of cutting down trees. You know, you could do one of those.
Yeah. Oh, Jacob, I got an alternative business idea for you.
Yeah.
You're right in Duluth. There's a lot of driftwood on the Great Lakes, sending up all the trees and stuff flowing from. You walk around the shore of that, you're going to see all this driftwood. You collect that wood, you put it in the deal, you have it dry, and then you send out, this is an alternative business to, you could call it Great Wood. You know, like Great Lakes, Great Wood.
Really clever.
I mean, it's fun.
Wow,
and it's gonna, when that wood dries, that wood has been, weathered by the waves of Lake Superior and gone through rivers and stuff. It's gonna burn real good. People are gonna be like, wow, that wood really burns. And they're gonna be like, yeah, it's great wood. And they're gonna be like, I got a great wood coming just looking at this fire. And they'll be like, what do you mean?
I was also going to say he could just sell it to all of the females that like to decorate their home. Driftwood's a pretty popular decoration in houses.
Okay. Now, I like that, Miles, but I'll tell you this, Jacob, as a guy who's worked with some driftwood in the past, you got to bleach that driftwood. You got to sink it and bleach it because a lot of termites in it, a lot of bugs and critters. And if they get into your house, it's gonna be a short-lived, not a lot of great word of mouth for great wood.
I just thought of the best business idea for you. You're gonna love it.
Ooh.
This is the end of all of our advice here,
All right,
Charlie.
all right. I can't wait to hear.
You guys have heard of wine nights, canvas and wine, where you go and have a bottle of wine and you draw a picture together, right?
I've done
and
that
you
before.
pay them for you to do all the work of drawing the picture, correct?
Yeah.
You don't even need to chop wood with this idea. What you do is you build a bonfire experience Millennials are gonna go bananas for that. Millennials love experiences.
Oh my gosh, this is genius.
You're gonna take a hunk of wood. You're gonna slap it down. They're gonna pay you $100, and you're gonna teach them how to chop that wood. You're gonna teach them how to build a teepee log cabin bonfire. You're then gonna teach them how to start a fire. Then they're gonna pay a little extra, maybe $15-20 extra to get the s'mores package, and they're gonna have an experience from stump to s'more.
Stump to s'more. It's like farm to table.
Exactly.
My God, this is. Don't give it to Jacob. This should be our idea.
Should be
Miles.
our idea.
Oh
Millennials
my God.
hate doing. What'd you say?
Yeah, what'd you say? We can't quite hear you.
Oh, sorry, it's a little windy over here.
Yeah, it is a little windy over there. Yeah, I'm also heavy machinery. Jeez Louise.
What did you say? You got that idea written down?
Yeah, yep.
Stump to s'more.
Stump to s'more is awesome. You're going to get all these freaking, because there are a lot of people, unfortunately, that don't know how to make a fire. I mean, and, you know, so I think you teaching them would be a good thing. The more people that know how to make a fire, the better. Although with all the wildfires going,
It would be in a controlled environment.
yeah,
Charlie.
make sure they know. Yeah, teach them right. Teach them when to not make a fire. You know, high winds, dry things. Yeah,
And you don't even have to spend any money on furniture for them to sit on, because they just sit on stumps.
sit on the stumps. Exactly.
It's just like, oh, you thought that was your chair. Now this is your experience.
And-
It's all you need is a field
Yeah, and if
or a gravel pit.
yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. And the worse it is, the more inconvenient it is. You just say this is an authentic fire making experience.
Exactly.
This is the way our ancestors did it back in the caves. Yeah, any complaints they have, just say, yeah, we want the most authentic experience. And be like, did you hear that, honey? We are having an authentic experience.
And you don't even got to do maintenance on like your axes. You just say, like, to start the session, they have to learn how to sharpen an axe.
Oh,
It's just like you have free labor.
oh, I mean, yeah.
What?
I just feel like they're gonna screw up some axes.
Who cares? They're paying $100 to chop wood.
That's true. They're buying the axes, and then when they screw up sharpening it, you can just sharpen it if you feel like it.
You add on $50 and they can take their axe home.
Yeah, that's true. And then they
It's
pay
just-
$150 for a broken axe.
170 with the s'mores.
There you go. S'mores are $20.
Oh yeah.
Miles,
It's gourmet chocolate, Charlie.
Jacob, do you want to get into business with us
You
on
can charge
this?
$30 if you let them use Reese's as the chocolate.
Oh,
Business, yeah.
wow. All right. Well, you know what? We'll send you a letter of intent on this, and we'll move forward. Okay. All right.
Deal.
Well, Jacob, it was.
Oh, I got one more thing if you guys got the time or no.
Yeah, we got the time.
Yeah, so I was actually thinking about a buy-seller trade as well.
Yeah. What do you want to buy? Log splitter?
So I'm looking to buy any kind of vintage, you know, Hams, Bush Light, Lineys, or Grain Belt beer signs for my garage here.
Yep. Those Hams ones are very hard to come by, I'll tell you. Those are nice too. The ones, I mean, you look at technology. Whoever designed those early ham signs, had they kept
Well,
developing.
no, those are the people who put us on the moon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they left hams and went to NASA.
Is that
Yeah.
how it worked?
Yeah, it had to have been.
Geniuses, man.
Yeah.
I could watch those all day.
NASA always hoards the good, you know?
Yeah.
Always hoards the good engineers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what was the other thing?
Well, he's looking for just beer signs.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Do you have
What's your budget?
I was thinking probably between, you know, $50 to $150 is I would say.
You're gonna have to sell some more firewood, my guy. The hipsters are onto the beer signs, and that has shot the beer sign market into the frickin' stratosphere. It's a gosh dang shame, I tell you that. Now,
Would you trade anything for him?
Yeah, what can you bring to the table?
Ooh. Well, let's see here. I don't know if I got anything to trade, but I am looking to sell a vehicle as well.
Okay. The trifecta. Here we go.
What kind of a vehicle do we have?
Well, it's a 2010 Dodge Ram Laramie.
Ooh.
All right, I'll ask the bar. Does anyone want a 2010 Dodge Ram Laramie? Yeah,
no takers.
How much?
Would you do it if it came with a bunch of firewood?
There we go. Yeah, we were thinking about selling it for around 12,000.
12,000.
But willing to negotiate.
They're laughing, my guy. You're gonna have to go way down on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many miles?
It's got 186,000, I think.
It's only got 186,000 miles. Yeah, for 12 grand.
Yeah.
Well, we're willing to negotiate.
Willing to negotiate. Well, if you have a
OBO or best offer as well. $500.
5 beer signs.
We got 5 beer signs for it.
Right in this bar, 5 beer signs for that truck. How bad you want them beer signs?
Oh, I don't know. What kind of beer signs are we talking about?
I don't know. I think he works for a distributor. He's got that look on his face, so he's probably got a whole graveyard of them.
And someone just offered you $1,200 cash.
1,200 cash? Well,
hey,
where are you guys drinking at today?
We're drinking down at the Newport in Milwaukee, Bayview neighborhood. So if you want to head down from Duluth now, you get here in probably 5.5 hours.
6 hours.
6 hours if you stop for a
I know
juice.
most of these guys are still going to be here 5 to 6 hours.
Yeah, you got some professionals sitting here. Now
he's got the shirt on that says it's beer 30.
Yeah, you're
right on time. He's going to be wearing that when you get here.
Right, and you're going to have to drop that truck off at his house because he might need a ride on top of it.
Yeah.
So $1,200 plus
Uber.
Plus, well, yeah. So, anyways, we're working it for you here. We'll call you up if we find a better deal. But so far, it's a tough bar here at the Newport buying that Dodge. He's got $1,200 cash.
He showed us the wad. He's got it.
Yeah. And so you want $1,200 cash? You drive down to Milwaukee now. We'll take care of you. Otherwise, we'll keep our ears open.
Thanks for taking my call, fellas.
Yeah, Jacob, good luck with the wood, my guy.
I appreciate it, fellas.
All right, we'll see ya. That was the loudest freaking call I've ever.
It just doesn't get more Midwest than a chainsaw just purring in the background. Sound like he was at an IndyCar race,
Yeah. Honestly,
Stumps
Miles,
to s'mores.
I gotta hand it to you. I don't often hand it to you, but today I'm handing it to you. Stumps to s'mores is a good business. Yeah, the bar approves too. I mean, that's money right there.
That's money in your pocket.
I do feel like there are certain things in life that people just don't know how to do. And they should. Like changing a tire is one of them. Making a fire, driving stick shift. Although no one knows how to drive sticks anymore. But no one really needs to. But there are a few things like that, Turning the circuit breaker off so you don't electrocute yourself when you're trying to fix the dishwasher. A few things like that, but I feel like Stumps to S'mores really satisfies. So I applaud you for that idea, Miles.
You can get in on this deal. I'll cut you in.
I know. I'm already 50. Anything that's said on this podcast, I own 50% of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that's another episode of the Bellied Up Podcast. Charlie, good one.
It was a great one, Miles. Yeah, we'll see you guys at the next bar around the corner.
Love you guys.
Watch for deer.